Hey everybody, welcome to another video. And this time, we're going to talk about the pre-release I went to, which I went to all three offered by my LGS. So, here's my first deck. Or at least I think it is. The first card I had two of, Desert of the Fervent. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a mountain to your mana pool, and you can cycle it for mountain in one. Which I think I mostly used it for the mana itself, just in case, you know. I don't think I ever cycled it because I tended to get it at the beginning of the game. The next card is Desert of the True. It enters the battlefield tapped as well, and you can tap it to add a plains to your mana pool. You can cycle it for plains in one, which I don't think I actually ever got this out to play it, but I only had one of them in my deck, so that's understandable. Next card is Dauntless Aven. It costs plains in two. It has flying, and whenever it attacks, untap target creature you control, and it's a 2/1. And it has flying. I like flying. Flying can save you in a pre-release or kill your enemy, whichever. Next card is Compulsory Rest. It costs plains in one. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. And that creature has pay 2. Sacrifice this creature, you gain 2 life. So you take out a creature, but they gain 2 life. I mean, 2 life shouldn't be a big deal, though. Next card is Cast Out. It costs plains in 3, and it has flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Cast Out leaves the battlefield, and it has cycling of a plains, which I tended to use this instead of cycling it personally. Next card I had two of, Solitary Camel. It costs plains in 2, and it has lifelink as long as you control a desert or there is a desert card in your graveyard, and it's a 3/2. I loved camels. I got a lot of camels. Can't remember if I used all the camels, but I used a bit. Next card is Mighty Leap. It costs plains in 1. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Which, like I said, flying can be your salvation. Or your opponent's demise. Whichever. They both work. Next card I had two of, God Pharaoh's Faithful. It costs a plains, and whenever you cast a blue, black, or red spell, you gain 1 life, and it's a 0/4. It's essentially a wall. What's not good about walls? I mean, yeah, most of them can't attack. Well, this one could, but it has no attack. Our next card is Seraph of the Suns. It costs 2 plains and 5. It has flying and indestructible and is a 4/4. I mean, it is a little bit expensive, but indestructible is a good ability. So, you know, as long as you watch out for -1/-1 counters, you should be good. The next card is Protection of the Heckma. It costs plains in 4, and if a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage. I mean, it doesn't protect your creatures, but it does protect you, which means if they're attacking with Slitherblade, which is a 1/2, blocks it. Next card is Saving Grace, which I never got to use. It costs plains in 1. Flash, enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, all damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to the enchanted creature instead, and the creature gets +3 defense. Next card is Gideon's Defeat. It costs plains and exile target white creature that's attacking or blocking. If it was a Gideon Planeswalker, you gain 5 life. Which there was no Gideons at this first pre-release, I don't think. I don't remember anyone pulling one. Next card is Leave to Chance. Leave costs plains and 1. Return any number of target permanents you own to your hand. Chance costs mountain and 3. Discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards, which Leave I would use when my creature got enchanted with something that messed it up. Get rid of that. Desert Celadon, which I had 2 of in this deck, costs mountain and 5. It has cycling of a mountain and is a 6/4. I mean, it's just a battering ram at end game, and if it's early game, cycle if you need to. Get some more mana or whatever. Next card I also had 2 of. It's called Frontline Devastator. It costs mountain and 3. It has Afflict 2, which means if it's blocked, defending player loses 2 life, and you can pay mountain and 1 to give the Devastator +1 attack until end of turn, which makes it a 3, which it's a 3/3. Kenra Scrapper costs mountain and 2. It has menace, and you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, it gets +2 attack until end of turn, and it's a 2/3, which I know it's not called attack. It's power and toughness, but sorry, it might as well be attack and defense, in my opinion. Next card is Blur of Blades, which I also had 2 of in this deck. It costs mountain and 1. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Blur of Blades deals 2 damage to that creature's controller, which this helped me win 1 game in a match. because I didn't realize they were down to 2 life. Open Fire is the next card. It costs Mountain and 2, and it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. It's always fun. Always fun to do damage. I don't think I used that one too much, though, sadly. It just didn't come to my hand. Next card is Pursue Glory. It costs Mountain and 3. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn and has cycling of 2. And it is really good when combined with the next one, in my humble opinion. The next card, I think you'll love it. I love it, if nothing else. Combat Celebrant. It costs Mountain and 2. If it hasn't been exerted this turn, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, untap all other creatures you control, and after this phase, there's an additional combat phase, and it's a 4/1. See, that's what I mean, because it's, yeah. And then this one I had in foil, which I had out when I did Combat Celebrant. Costs 2 mountains and 3. Flying in haste. You may exert it as it attacks. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature an opponent controls, and it's a 4/4. I mean, what's not good about Glorybringer? So that is deck 1. I had 14 lands in it, by the way, basic lands. I did not count how they were split up, but I think I did it 7 and 7. Or maybe one more white, considering Desert of the True I only had one of. What'd y'all think of my deck? I liked it, though, okay, I will admit, I did have help. I made a different deck originally, and we had like 5 minutes left, and I'm like, oh, I should not be playing these colors. I can feel it. And then I just didn't have enough time to change. So after the first match, I got help. I'm sorry. I know. Some people would probably call that cheap. But, you know what? You're allowed to, and I needed help. So I got help, you know? I think I might have won one match with this deck. But, of course, I miss triggers sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean a lot. So it happens. Or I misread cards. That type of thing, which also helps me make bad choices on what deck I'm making. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.